Oh boy. Well,
Uh, Hello.
how long's it
Hi.
been since we did Guardians?
Like a month maybe,
Is it actually
because
been
it
a month?
came out in May. When
Yeah,
the
it's
movie
been a
come out?
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we have a guest here from the start.
That
Hello,
was
Sebastian.
a
Sorry.
month ago.
That was a month ago.
That was indeed a month ago. I
Wow.
guess nothing interesting came out by that time, so we just didn't do anything by then.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
guess.
Now, two things happened back to back.
I mean, what else could we have seen? Little Mermaid?
I
Hmm.
did see Fast X.
Yeah. I
I did
didn't.
not. I saw the FNAF poster when we went to the theaters today, though.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
did also see
and I'm
that
This
sure
movie.
this
Fast.
movie, in fact.
Yeah, I'm sure Fast was great. Sure, it was great.
Did you
Sure.
not see it yet, Ernest?
No, the
You
time
will
did not come
eventually.
for me to watch it. I will
I thought
eventually.
I thought you were the number one Fast and the Furious fan.
I am, but there's probably someone out there that says it more than I do. Like Gabe,
You
but he
saw
does he deserves love.
Transformers twice before you saw that movie? Once?
Yeah, it's very funny.
That is a good point.
I, I'm
Fast X
fucking
was playing.
sure.
Fast
The
X was
sad
playing at
part
the
that I'm
same time as Transformers. You could have just hopped to the other theater.
I could have done that would have been more interesting. But you know what? I'm sure Fast X is way better than Transformers.
Gabe,
Sad part.
put the
It is
camera in your
not.
or
It is not. I hate to alarm you. It is not better
Oh,
than Transformers. But
is
also
it still
that is in fact
incrementally getting crazier?
uh, they've peaked. They peaked with 9.
Because I was my thing is I was gonna watch just the final one ever. So like whatever, if this is a trilogy or just a part one and part two, I'll watch the last one.
Uh,
So I was really hoping they just kept ramping it up, so I would just see the craziest one.
yeah, it doesn't get any crazier than going to space in a Pontiac.
Hmm.
oh, careful! You're giving me ideas.
Shit, I don't know. After this movie, I'm kind of hoping for Optimus Prime to show up in the next one.
I was gonna say after this movie, I wouldn't be surprised if they added Fast and the Furious characters
Yeah.
with
Um.
how this movie ended.
So today we are doing something we haven't done in almost 2 years. Ernest, we're doing a double feature.
Yeah,
The first time we did
double
this is
feature.
we did The Many Saints of Newark and Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah,
That was
both
two
great
years
movies, by the way.
ago.
Almost. In October, it'll be 2 years ago.
Carnage wasn't last year.
No.
Yeah.
Neither
What?
is
No,
No Way Home.
What?
Morbius
It
was
what?
though.
Morbius was
Well,
last year, though.
no. Well, No Way Home was in December, so it was basically last year in my
Uh,
head.
You did also see it twice.
It didn't. It wasn't able to be a movie of 2 years ago because of how late it was.
I mean, you could. It ended up in our top 10 list, that's for sure.
What's the
Well,
movie alive a year?
I know like Oscars and stuff probably have like a yet to come out by this time.
Oh,
Oh, they were
Like,
nominated for
like
they
the
weren't
anything.
Game
nominated for anything.
Awards.
I think it was only nominated for Best VFX.
Why? I
I don't know. But
don't know. The most
it
undeserving
did
thing for
count
that
because it was
movie.
in theaters for
Best.
at least 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Um, so to
That's not as crazy.
yeah, to get to where we are, we're going to talk about Transformers today and Across the Spider
Yeah.
Verse. But we're starting with Transformers first because fuck you. Actually, no,
Yeah,
not
you in
fuck
particular.
you. You in
Uh,
particular.
I'm glad you picked
whoever.
a picture of Optimus where his mouth is covered.
All of the pictures of him, like posters, are with him with his
It's like
mouth
it's
mask
it's
on.
like
Then why does he not keep the mask on the entire movie?
I don't know.
Clearly,
Maybe
they
because
know
if
he looks better like this.
yeah, maybe they knew in the marketing that he was fucking ugly with the mask off.
I I've always hated in this one and all the other movies how he looks with his mask down.
The only one to ever do it right was like Transformers Prime.
Yeah,
Like we had a mouth in
or
there.
animated.
Hmm.
Sure. But we can
Um,
agree he looks better with the mask all the
yes,
time.
Oh yeah, he looks better with a mask on all the time.
he has like no nose, so it's just like his mouth is where his chin should be,
I
and
know,
he
like
just has nothing.
I like the idea that the mouth, like the mask, is his mouth, because that it's cool. It makes him stand out. It's like
Yeah.
Soundwave. Imagine Soundwave with a mouth.
They tried. They tried.
Or Shockwave.
They didn't try it with
that,
Shockwave though.
that would no. He kind of did have a mouth. It was like this little like
Yeah.
crab pincher that he had like and like it
Oh
was like that.
yeah.
It
His
actually
little
kind of fit.
bug.
It actually looked kind of good. That wasn't that bad actually.
Well, the
It's
original
accept
design's still better, but
Oh,
yeah, it didn't
obviously.
look terrible.
Yeah, it's
And they
acceptable.
didn't butcher him like Soundwave.
Oh, I
The
mean, they didn't.
satellite.
as bad. They didn't get
Well,
him as bad
they
as they did
they
Soundwave.
they didn't figuratively butcher him, but he was. Oh
Yeah.
boy, this was racist to him for some reason.
Uh, we are a good mile away from Murder Prime, but this movie's Prime gets like dangerously
Optimus-
close to
He
Murder
was
Prime.
human phobic. This one.
He was racist.
He hated humans.
He was straight up
I don't.
racist.
I mean, I don't blame him. What kind of ass?
Yeah, but what have they done to him so far?
Nothing
Quite
yet.
literally nothing.
Yeah,
He,
he was
no.
mad at them off the basis that eventually they might do something to benefit them.
No, like okay, that was a joke, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna keep going with it. He saw Transformers 4, and then he thought,
He saw the one scene from Age of Extinction where the dude pulls out the Romeo and Juliet law and said, "You know what, Autobots? None of this shit."
Let him glass it.
Yeah.
hey,
Unicron can eat this shit for all I care.
Unicron will hit your planet. Count on it.
Also, they really didn't do anything with Unicron in this movie.
Let him come.
I think they were kind of sparing him for a future movie.
You probably
Like,
shouldn't have used
I-
Unicron in your second movie.
Even at the beginning, like when he was like, "I must get Unicron to Earth," I was like, "He's not gonna get him there because they'd
No.
save Unicron." But so he got much closer than I thought. But I knew that
You know what's
Unicron wasn't gonna be big
funny
in it.
about the ending of this movie? If they continue right from this ending, if this movie makes enough money, it probably won't. But if it does, imagine a GI Joe going up against Unicron.
Snake Eyes trying to swing his katana at it.
Destro just launches himself at the.
I don't know. That feels like a dumbass crossover. I don't know who wanted this. I mean, I'm sure it
Yeah.
Hasbro wanted it. Hasbro
Like-
wanted it.
Like
The next movie, they're gonna tease a crossover with the Battleship movie.
oh,
Oh my god. And then the
Battleship
fucking,
is-
and then the fucking Monopoly Man shows up.
Battleship really is the poor man's Transformers. Like the movie, I mean.
Oh, the movie. Yeah. The movie's
Yeah.
absolutely poor man's Transformers.
But
God, that movie was terrible.
I don't know. Like I know there's a comic book with Transformers crossing over with the GI Joes.
Yeah.
People like that, I guess. But to me, that's just
G.I.
really
Joe
dumb.
would not be very effective against
Yeah.
Transformers.
That's
No.
just really dumb to me.
And there's a bunch of dumb shit in this movie, but that was the moment where like any like semblance of fun was just sucked out of me.
Good thing it was the last scene.
When it was the last scene of the movie was almost over. I was in a good mood, and then they just pull that out, and I'm like, ugh. Like you really needed to do that.
I mean, it's so strange. Bumblebee was like 10 steps forward, and this is like 10 steps back.
It's like 5 steps back.
It maybe 5 steps
It's like
back.
5 steps back. It's not 10 steps back, but it is a step back. It's I don't know. It feels like they tried to like have their cake and eat it too. Like they tried to like build off of the goodwill that Bumblebee had, but then tried to like throw in some of the Michael Bay shit in there.
And we fucking kill Bumblebee because we hate him.
Like, I had because I saw this movie with my uncle and my dad, and at the end of the movie, they were like, "Well, it's still a Michael Bay movie," and I was like, "It's actually not." And he was like, "But it had his name on it," and I'm like, "Yeah, he produced it. He didn't make it though." And I'm like, "Could have fooled us, huh?" He said, "Yeah, could have fooled me." This movie did feel a little Michael Bay.
I feel like this movie had more Michael Bayisms than the fucking first one.
No,
Crazy to say that.
No, you know that's not true.
Well, I say this like with the revolving around the plot where Michael Bay kind of just copied and pasted the plot of the first movie and gave it to the ones where they gotta collect this old giant relic that can somehow destroy the Earth. This movie did that with two of them.
That's also the plot of Transformers 2 and Transformers 3.
I mean, that's what I said when they copy and pasted it.
Yeah.
I mean, every Transformers movie is we must collect MacGuffin before opponent.
But the first movie was a lot more condensed than that. Before getting in all the way to that point, it was
Condensed.
starting. Yeah.
Yeah, I will
Isn't that movie
say
2.5 hours.
No.
Isn't it
It's like
like
probably
it's in
a
the
little
220.
under that.
I know it's in the 220s.
Yeah, I'm talking more about the plot revolving around the Osprey, but we don't really get to it until much later in the film, when it really starts to become a lot more relevant. Like they start with the build up to it, and then they do everything else with it. But this one is just off the bat. Hey, there's this thing. We gotta collect it and get the other one.
I just realized from you talking about how it started for this movie being considered like a first movie. Like people said, you don't have to see any of the other ones. Like Bumblebee helps, but you don't need to for this movie. Compared to the actual first one, they don't really introduce you to Transformers like the first one does. Like you meet Mirage, and then everybody just pulls up. Like
There,
That's
yeah,
actually
you
not
you
true.
know these guys.
That's not true, actually. They start with Prime before you see Mirage. Technically, before you see Mirage in robot form, they show you Prime. He just pulls up.
But Prime is still just there.
Prime is just there.
Yeah.
Because I told Sebastian this earlier, the director revealed that there was actually the original opening scene of the movie was supposed to be Optimus killing a Decepticon and throwing him into the Hudson River.
Wow.
Which they took out because the test audiences were like, that's a little bit too dark.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
I mean, after didn't the movie start off with a guy getting almost cut in half?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ape Link.
And they glassed the planet.
His name is Ape Link.
Ape Link, yeah. No, Ape Link, you must not.
No, Ape Link, you must not.
Yeah. Congrats on Ron Perlman able to sell that line without laughing.
I fucking laughed in the theater twice.
No, Ape Link.
Hey, he's a really good actor. That's commitment to the craft.
Man.
The movie he's barely in.
Yeah. The fucking gall to call this movie
Rise
of the Beast.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna
barely
say.
in it.
Speaking of it, I like how racist Scourge sees Optimus Primal and he's like, "Didn't I kill you already?" Bro said all monkey Transformers look the same.
I mean, they.
Ape Link and Optimus Primal did kind of look similar.
They do look the same. Ape Link is just bigger.
And gray.
I mean, they look a little different.
A little different, but the difference is
Ape Link is
not...
gray. Optimus Primal is.
I just think that
darker.
I killed you before.
I love that delivery.
Line.
I fucking love that delivery. In my clip before, he's having a good time.
God.
Hey, he's racist for that though. We gotta cancel him.
God. Wait, didn't Nightbird say some racist shit too in the movie? Wait, speaking of racist shit, can we talk about that Hispanic joke from Wheeljack?
The very not funny Hispanic joke in the movie.
I laughed. I thought it was stupid,
Why?
so I laughed.
I didn't think anything in this movie was fucking funny. This movie is not funny at all.
I thought that one particular joke made me.
But you
laugh
said you laughed at.
dumb.
You said you laughed at Abe Link though.
Well, because that wasn't a joke though.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure I know that, considering what the scene was. But
did you write the movie?
What?
Exactly.
Did I write it? I should have written it. Jeez.
Exactly.
I laughed because that joke was stupid.
At least we agree on it being stupid.
It was a dumb joke, but I laughed. I think it was because of the way they played it off. I was like, that okay, whatever. I'll give you this one movie.
I mean, he's a robot. Why is that racist? He's a robot.
Yeah, I think it was literally he's a robot. Why is that racist? I think that's what got me.
That's what he said after.
Yeah, that's what he said after. Yeah. I think that's what got me.
Why did he question Wheeljack's accent, but not giant plane guy with a Scottish accent?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a Scottish guy on the ground going, "Hey yo."
I feel like you shouldn't really acknowledge that they have accents, you should just leave it at that
Yeah.
because they just do just whatever.
I do think it was
Don't
a
matter.
little. I think it was a little funny that when Wheeljack tried to speak Spanish, he said it like super weird. He was like "hermano,"
Hermano.
which is even funnier because I've been watching Ted Lasso, and the guy that played Wheeljack plays a character on Ted Lasso. He's hilarious, but that's beyond anything.
Oh, you say Wheeljack, quote unquote.
Oh yeah, Wheeljack. By the way, Community has not been calling him Wheeljack; they've been calling him Pablo.
That's what I said when he first pulled up.
Because the side of the van says Pablo.
That's what I said when he first pulled up. I said it's Pablo.
Like, why is that Wheeljack? Why isn't it the guy we saw in Bumblebee?
Yeah.
He was there.
Who didn't have an accent in Bumblebee?
Yeah. And he looked like fucking Wheeljack too.
Yeah.
Ah,
Why was
It
RC
was like a-
there? She did a scout thing once,
uh,
and that was it.
Another RC. Didn't you want RC in the movie, Gabe?
I mean, I like RC.
Yeah, you're
She doesn't
a
fucking
fan.
do anything other than scout
You know what?
once.
You know what RC liked? Doing flips. She did like a
she-
1,000
She did a
flips.
lot of flips.
She did do flips.
She did a lot of flips. And she said, "Here, kitty, kitty." I gotta not think about how the fuck Maximals even exists. I can't start thinking about that because I'm gonna start running in circles in my own mind.
They didn't fucking explain it, but
No, they don't.
my guess is that Cybertronians came to whatever planet they were in and created the Maximals.
Why do they look like human?
Also-
why do they look like human animals?
I was gonna
Like,
say, yeah,
Earth
the
animals
Maximals
have
started
human
on a
animals, but
different
why do they
planet
look like Earth
than the
animals?
Earth animal. Yeah.
This isn't me justifying it, but if I'm going back to like Fall of Cybertron lore, they were like ancient Transformers who did visit Earth and like were there for a little bit, and they saw a bunch of stuff probably like before, most likely before and everything humans even existed. So that's my guess. But that's not me justifying it. That's like, I don't know, meta knowledge.
Yeah. Also, if we start thinking about like gorillas are like the oldest. I would think. I mean, I don't actually know this, but I would think gorillas are the oldest animal of like that four that we saw.
Yeah.
How old is the cheetah, the eagle, and the rhino?
Doesn't matter, Gabe. You know what? You know they're there because they were in Beast Wars. You like Beast Wars, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I like Beast Wars.
I don't like Beast Wars, but Beast Wars it is what it is. Beast Wars looks a little too weird. It was a little too weird for me. Beast Wars.
It is weird.
Yeah.
But man, this movie was not very good.
I mean, it's still like I like for starters. Oh, not starters. Really, we've been going on for a little bit, but like this is your second movie, and you're giving us the Maximals, Unicron, G.I. Joe,
and the Predacons, and the
the
Terracons.
Predacons, Terracons.
Yeah.
Slow the fuck down.
We're 2 movies in and we haven't seen Megatron.
Where's Megatron? They didn't even fucking tease Megatron. What the fuck?
They did not bother to even tease Megatron.
No.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out what he's going to transform into. Or
They
if
can't
they're just going to make him...
tank.
Imagine they just decide he's really small now. To make him actually be the
Also,
size of a gun.
Ernest, I mentioned this to Sebastian. What the fuck are Mirage's powers? Because he's literally defying physics.
Yeah,
Like, he turns into, like, 2 different cars into, like, a truck.
I don't get it. That
That
kind of just breaks
doesn't
like how
make any
Transformers
sense.
work.
Because Transformers don't morph. They
Yeah.
transform.
Mhm.
The
And they
same
transform.
size car has to become the same size robot.
And they transformed based on what they scan. Also, Bumblebee established this. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
No, not even fucking Bumblebee established this. The toy line established this.
Yeah, it was...
But I mean, I'm moving out of that because this is like a movie. People probably haven't seen that. Unlike people like
but like it's the
this is a sequel of your
I
Research
feel like
Universe.
Mirage
I
is
feel
the
like
only
most
Transformer
people-
in the movie that doesn't follow that logic. Every other Transformer follows that logic.
Yeah, he can be an
Yeah.
Iron Man. He can be an Iron Man suit.
How does, by the way,
Panthers in the cartoon.
how does that suit, like, how does Mirage, that big ass robot, turn into a suit that fits the size of a human?
Yeah, I mean, you
And then
already
how
say he
does-
can morph.
And then how does he, the human, take that same size suit that was him size and turn it into a car? and then that car becomes Mirage.
I don't know, man. That shit was so silly.
That
I
shit
don't know
is
why they did
dumb.
that.
That shit is
That's so dumb.
silly.
Why did they do that? Like, what were they thinking when they wrote that scene?
I don't think they were. I think
They were high.
they were writing on like the same logic of
Like, holy
the,
shit,
they were
Michael Bay
writing the
never did
same
anything that
logic.
stupid.
They were on the same wavelength as the guy who wrote the anti-predator suit. Like that, they were on the same wavelength with that guy.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Shut up.
They were on the same wavelength with the guy that said that Newt was supposed to show up at the end of the Predator.
I'll kill him. But like Michael Bay didn't do anything that fucking dumb. Like he had a guy hold a sword and block a Transformer's blade, but that was like a magical blade, so like whatever. But like that shit,
He did say
or
that both Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass were helped by the Transformers. He did that does exist in the Last Night.
I mean, if that's what if that is what you're saying your lore is, whether stupid or not, I guess I can buy it because you told us in last night that they were there since like ancient night times, even though you're retconning a bunch of stuff. But at least Harriet Tubman didn't fucking turn into Iron Man. Now did
We
she?
don't know that.
I'm sure she didn't. I'm positive. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna stake my life on it that she didn't turn into Iron Man. Also, no, which is better than Mirage at doing stuff. It was so much better than Mirage.
Yeah, I like the Mirage though.
I didn't care for him. What about you, Sebastian?
What?
Mirage opinions.
What'd you think of? Yeah, what'd you think of Mirage?
I thought he was gonna be more annoying, but he wasn't that bad.
I did also think he was going to be really annoying, and he wasn't for me.
I didn't care for him.
He seemed like the only Transformer that had like a personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of the other Transformers, even Bumblebees, had a movie to get a personality. Like they all just kind of felt like robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mirage was the only one that was like a character, I feel like.
And how much of that do you think was Pete Davidson having fun?
He was definitely having a blast.
Which, first movie in a while that I haven't been annoyed by Pete Davidson. Here we go.
Mm.
I say that like I hate Pete Davidson. I kind of do, but I also don't.
I mean, he's annoying and everything is on. So.
He wasn't annoying in Bodies.
Say.
Mm.
But he's also in that movie for like a little bit, so.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
Yeah. I just have this pre-established hate for Pete Davidson because of The King of Staten Island, where he plays like the most insufferable character. But that's also purposeful because he literally wrote it himself. But anyway.
Are you saying he's insufferable?
No, I didn't say that. But anyway,
Wow, rude.
and he's got money. He's also got a lot of mental health issues, but
you kind of just a bit worse there.
Don't we all? Anyway, let's talk about Prime for a little while, yeah, because I got problems with Prime.
Yes.
I think Prime is. I don't want to compare this to like the mistreatment of Superman by Zack Snyder, but it's not that bad. But it's not Prime. It's not Prime.
What do you mean? I love when Optimus Prime says, "I'll rip his head off."
I don't even mean that.
Other aspect.
Like,
okay, but I like that though.
bro likes Murder Prime.
I don't. It's not like I like Murder Prime. I just justified the line after he killed his best friend.
Well, weren't you also one of the people that didn't like that he would say, "I'll kill you"?
I didn't like it to the extent of him saying it randomly, like psychotically.
Him
I just like
that literally being his first line in Transformers 4 is "I'll kill you."
Okay, well, I'm okay with that part because he's like probably being really desperate and like having been like I don't know shot at.
Yeah, and then there's Transformers 3. We'll kill them all.
Yeah, with here it's like he's got kind of like a vendetta against this man who did kill his best friend. So by that point, it's like I can justify him being a little vengeful. It's not like Prime hasn't been violent before. Like even before
No.
the Bay films, he's been
My
plentiful violent.
my problem is that why is bro so fucking edgy? What? Oh, it's all. Isn't one of his first lines in the movie is "It's all my fault. I did
Yeah, I
this."
think so.
Like I get it, you know, he takes on the burden of everybody else. Like that's fine. That's Prime in a way, but for bro to be like this fucking bro's literal first scene is him in the rain, feeling sad. Like
Uh,
just,
is that what that was? Feeling sad?
you can tell bro was sad.
Well,
Yeah, I think
I couldn't tell he was a truck, and we'd seen his face.
And I
They
don't
didn't
want
show
to
his,
see his face.
they didn't show his face. Yeah, I'm glad it didn't. But it was him seeing the laser. That's what it was.
Bro was
But
omega sad this entire
Yeah.
movie.
I kind of think like Bay did Optimus better,
yes,
At least in the first movie.
which is a weird thing to say that Bay did something better than somebody else.
I'm gonna say first movie and second movie.
What? You're crazy, bro.
What?
You are crazy.
Hold on. Like, I think it's fine for him to get Rowland at that point after Fallen because he was gonna like kill everybody.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Just to clear up, you're saying that Revenge of the Fallen, the movie, is better than this one?
No, I'm saying
No, we're talking
Prime.
about
That's where my
Optimus.
confusion came from.
Yeah, we were talking about Optimus.
Okay.
But has better action.
Yes, the action in this, the hits felt like they were like hollow almost, like especially during some fights.
Yeah, no, the choreography's whatever. The actual camera work is fine.
It felt like
nothing hits hard.
I mean,
yeah, like their hands were like their hands were pillows.
At that point, the problem stops becoming that they keep cutting away. It's just that the action isn't very good. It's not exciting.
Yeah.
Like the most exciting thing that happened in an action scene was Optimus doing a spin when he transformed. Like that was the coolest thing that happened in any of the fights.
I liked it when he ripped the guy in half and threw it at some other dudes.
I genuinely don't remember that shot. I was looking
cool.
for it too. I don't remember it.
It was there. It's there. See it again, but don't. I liked it when he killed Scourge. I'm like reaching for stuff.
It's just crazy how for fight scenes they peaked in the second movie.
Yeah.
They kind of did.
And it's just never been the same.
Yeah, but it's been good after that. Still, like Customer Street, good fights.
I think like the Michael Bay movies definitely all have better fights than this movie.
Bumblebee has better fights than this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like I think I said this to Ernest. I think Bumblebee versus Dropkick, was it?
Yeah.
Is a better fight than like 90% of Transformer fights in these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's only topped by the forest fight from 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if this is successful, I don't mind watching another Transformers movie.
I'll always come back.
There's room to grow, right?
At least it's not 4 and 5.
Yes, God. Thank God. Oh my God.
Well, I'm gonna stand Optimus and Bone Crusher for a little bit. Talking about fights, just thought of that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to find something real quick. Well, so this movie cost $200 million. I will say, CJ didn't look bad.
No, it was good.
No, it actually looked pretty good.
Like, I'm gonna compliment a shot in the movie. It was when Scourge and his goons were activating that thing, and afterwards one of them said Scourge is the Autobots, and there was Optimus Prime in the fucking mountain. That shit was cool. That was a cool shot. I like that shot a lot.
This movie had 5 writers.
One of the things for CGI that I don't know if it's just a me thing, but they had when he got the armor, they had the same problem as like when Tony Stark's face is in like the Iron Man helmet, where
the jiggle,
it looks CG'd into the helmet.
That's how
it
I
does not look
couldn't
good.
understand how fucking bad that shit looked.
Yeah, It looked so
Like
goofy.
that looked not good.
Like it's an ugly suit practically also, but then like it's really bad when you see it in CGI.
I will say, score, shit. Music's kind of shit in this movie. Um, I know you were nice to it by saying it was mid. I think the score's kind of shit. And I hate that they use Steve Jablonsky's themes in here.
Well, he did produce the music.
He also has a couple of tracks that are in his name, but
Yeah.
I just hate that they use his music in this movie.
I don't get why they did that.
Yeah, I don't get it. Was it because it's like it? It feels like it was like a studio note.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit either of the scenes that it's in.
No.
Like it's at first it's cool to hear Arrival to Earth and to hear the Optimus's theme, like played in the end. But then I'm like, wait, why is it being played here? And why does it stand out from the rest of the music in the entire movie?
This is the best one.
They didn't feel like making new music.
Yeah,
Like, it's like I told you, they should have just, I don't know, had Steve Jablonski do it.
yeah. It's also just like a thing where they didn't earn that in any way.
No.
Like not to necessarily say like they need to earn it, but it if you're not going to get Steve to do the score, right? Don't fucking use it. Come up with
I
your
think
own new
both
music.
I think both times that I saw it, I was thinking it's nice hearing this, but I was just like, "Oh, you snakes, you
Yeah, you
bastards!
pieces
How
of
dare you
shit.
take that? You don't
Yeah.
deserve to take this song. What are you doing?"
It was the same feeling I got when they played the Uncharted theme in Uncharted.
Yeah,
Like it was like you pieces of shit, you don't get this.
you scums, you pieces, you snakes.
Like I've been waiting to hear this. Fuck you, you don't get this. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, yeah, I I had no strong feelings about this movie outside of that little bit about the score. I had really no strong feelings about it in any way.
I mean, I was annoyed.
Mm.
Just watching it. Like, I don't like the humans in here. I mean, mainly it's just Noah. I'm okay with Elena.
Elena,
Yeah, I'm okay with her. She's fine, whatever. But I just hated how the plot did everything in its power to involve them, to really force them in. Oh, there is a human-sized control panel in the Unicron thing that they gotta use. There's a human-sized tunnel that they gotta go through. Noah is just there. Optimus can just say, "No, you're not going. You're not fucking going." But Noah says, no, I'm going." He goes anyway. I don't get it. They're pushing them, and we can't get 30 seconds of the Autobots talking, but we gotta get a 4 minute scenes of the humans talking and boring me to death. And it's not like I hate human stuff in like these movies. I enjoy what they did in Bumblebee. I like the Bayformer humans. They're funny and silly. But this is just, I
Yeah,
don't
they're
care.
entertaining.
They were
yeah,
entertaining, but this is like, I hope you like being bored. And the fact that they're doing a G.I. Joe crossover with more humans is like, I don't trust your capabilities
yeah,
of making me entertained by this.
yeah. I mean, no, I see that. I could not have felt anything for the humans in any way. Like I don't know. Like every time it cut to them, I was whatever. All right,
Yeah, literally, I'm
and
Optimus.
all right, just shove some popcorn in my face.
Yeah, bro, I'm literally Optimus watching the humans like, humans.
I did get to still go see this at Dolby Cinema. Um, pretty all right in Dolby. The audio was more impressive than the visuals, but um,
They used a lot of stuff from the Bay movies.
they definitely used some stuff from the Bay movies sound wise. But I think most of the sounds from the Transformers were new stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff they used was like brand new stuff that they mixed, which is cool. I presume this will be a pretty fine digital stream because
Also,
considering how it did over the weekend, don't think this is gonna make a whole lot. It tripled Bumblebee's opening weekend, but I don't see this making any more than what Bumblebee made.
mm,
especially with like the Flash and Indiana Jones right over the right around the corner. That's the phrase.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean,
Wait, his Flash is this Friday.
yeah. As of recording this, yeah. I don't know. I think I've kind of said my piece.
Yeah.
Unicron looked cool because he looked like he did in the
I'm glad
movie.
he wasn't Earth.
You don't like that concept?
No, not really. I
You don't like
also
that
don't
concept?
think it was just a woman
What?
walking at the end.
Oh, I got it from Prime. That's where Optimus Prime did that, where Unicron was like Earth itself.
Mhm.
It was cool.
Also, the new Transformers movie. Feel bad for the people that had to figure out how to make the characters transform.
Yeah.
That could not have been fun to animate or figure out at all. Like,
Nope.
look at this picture.
There's
There's so many little moving
so many
parts.
moving parts. It's insane.
Yeah.
I sure do want an Optimus Prime toy though.
Yeah. This guy, sure. Yeah.
If they've,
It, it, it
they succeeded. I want to buy a toy.
it was nice hearing Peter Cullen. It's always nice to hear Peter Cullen for Practice Roll again.
Yeah.
Always nice.
Did you notice that they were doing the least amount of like voice modulation to him?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they started doing it less and less with the Bayformer films. In the first movie they definitely like did a lot with his voice,
Yeah.
but then they stopped after that, which I appreciate. But yeah, no, first movie's better still. Bumblebee's better.
Still the best one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, Sebastian, any last words before we move on here?
No, I just think it was pretty underwhelming. I went in with pretty low expectations, and they were met, I guess. Well, actually, I expected it to be better than it was.
I think we all did.
Yeah, they looked good.
I
Like
don't know.
trailers were hype.
Every Transformers movie's had good trailers. So
Yeah, but it's fair for us to go into it thinking it was gonna be good because of Bumblebee.
yeah,
You know?
I am. If this movie is successful, I'm going to literally just say it was because of Bumblebee.
They need, if they are able to make the next one, it needs to have like Megatron and stuff and
Yeah,
be a little
One of
more like
and bring back
not
Travis
cramming
Knight.
in.
oh
Nope.
you want to see Megatron fight Snake Eyes? That's
Forget
just that.
about that. Forget that they introduced G.I. Joe to the universe.
Right.
Bring in Megatron and don't get all the gimmick like Terracons and
Predacons and Maximals
Predacons and
and
Maximals. Like, keep it simple and probably just like bring back all the characters from the Michael Bay ones because those are going to be the ones that people remember and like
I'll be
and
honest.
that they want to watch.
I'll
Like
be
if you
honest.
bring back like Ironhide, people are
Yeah.
going to be so happy.
I'll be honest. I think I like the idea of the second movie not starting out immediately with Megatron, but you started the movie with like the end game boss of Transformers,
Yeah, on
the guy, like the guy to be. You started with God.
yeah. They
They
God,
literally
power
did.
they power scaled a little too far.
yeah, a little too far.
Which
You
is
fucked it up.
crazy because like they brought in Unicron, and like they didn't even work in Galvatron. They just brought in Scourge to basically fill
Yeah.
in the Galvatron role.
Yep.
What if you just made a movie with Scourge as like the main villain
What
doing his own stuff and
what
like
happened
not
to like taking your time and working up to stuff?
yeah
That
Like
got
how
that stopped.
like how DC went from Superman, Batman versus Superman, Wonder Woman, boom, Justice League
yeah
time. We're in.
they the DC is like they went from Iron Man
Hey,
to the Civil War.
well,
Like
I
I
think
think
the king of fucking it
Marvel
up is
take
still the Dark Universe that lasted one movie, and they started the movie with Dark Universe. Like they started a universe without even finishing one movie.
like Marvel taking their time to get to the first Avengers, like scared everybody from waiting
But hey,
Just like we got to get the most like powerful, like iconic person pronto.
so like,
Unicron movie one.
what an interesting move to make a GI movie when all the fucking GI movies that you may have sucked.
Also, didn't Michael Bay movies not say anything about Unicron till like the fourth movie?
The fifth
Fifth
movie.
movie, yeah.
Fifth movie.
Oh
Okay.
my god, Michael Bay had better build up than.
Like,
No,
He
like
didn't even try.
you work up to the big bad.
it's the thing. Michael Bay has 16 movies planned, didn't he? Yeah, like
They
16 movies,
had
something like that.
16 movies planned,
Yeah.
and they only got to make one.
I
Oh,
would love to see the plot synopsis for the other
honestly,
11.
give me.
That Nazi plot line from 5 where Bumblebee killed Nazis, that was its own movie. The King Arthur shit, that was its own movie. They just worked it into the last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do not want to watch King Arthur stuff or Nazi Bumblebee stuff.
I
Really.
shit you
You
not.
know,
They were planning on making a Megatron Nazi movie.
You know what? I'll watch.
I'd watch that one.
I'll watch that one. I'll watch Nazi Megatron. Megatron gets disturbed by Hitler. Like I don't. This is kind of fucked up.
I'm evil, and you're taking it a little too far.
It's
I'm a
really
villain,
weird.
not a monster.
Megatron goes really weird to generalize an entire group. Hitler.
I kill all the people of the same type, but they chose to be that. They could be Decepticons. You're killing people for stuff they can't choose. That's a little messed up, Hitler.
You're kind of a maniac. Oh my god.
Yeah, fucking Optimus shows up. He's out of line, but he's right.
Library is right.
Optimus Prime and Megatron have to work together to beat Hitler.
They team up. That's great.
Oh God. Yeah, I'd give this movie like a 5. I don't know. I'm not feeling. I'm feeling nice about it today. I'm gonna take a guess, Ernest, and say 3.
Yes.
Red
Nice.
Jelly got
Oh,
both.
wow, you got it.
The first time I predicted him ever.
I was gonna go 4 to be like, but that's too nice. I think. Yeah, 3. Movie blows.
I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
Hey, 3,
I
4,
I will afterward add in a little thing because I didn't prepare. Yeah.
I definitely don't think it's a 5. Though. It's a low 4.
To each their own.
First one's a 5.
For me, the first one's a 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on to a good movie. Oh shit.
Way to spoil it.
Yeah. Hold on. I fucked up. There we go. Across the Spider-Verse. Yay, a good movie.
Yeah, boy.
It's been 10 days since I've seen this.
Oh yeah, it has been 10 days. Jesus, and I've seen it twice now. So the reason why we were gonna do this last week, but we didn't do it because we decided we should watch it again.
Wow, it's been a whole week since I've seen it.
I know.
Again,
a whole week.
I mean,
yeah, it's been a whole week since you've seen it twice.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Yeah, we've all seen it twice, right?
No.
You haven't seen it twice?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I wanted to see it a second time, but I fell asleep.
there you go.
I was going to see it the Monday after we saw it, which I think would have been the next, or 2 days after.
Yeah, it would have been 2 days after, which is when Ernest saw it.
Yeah, which is when I saw it.
But I got home and I knocked out, so I didn't see it.
Yeah. I saw it on Friday. Or this past Friday. Yeah. Man. What a good fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Man. When was the last time an ending, like a cliffhanger, actually got you? Outside of like Infinity War, I guess.
Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Far From Home. But with the
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Man.
Which look at that, a Spider movie with a cliffhanger.
Would you?
Just a pattern here.
If I had a nickel for every time a Spider-Man movie ended on a cliffhanger, I'd have 2 nickels. Which
just
isn't
a
a
pattern
lot.
here.
Which isn't a lot, but it's odd that it happened twice.
Yeah. Oh wait, Venom. Kind of Venom.
Shit, kind of Venom. Kind of Venom.
Oh my
I
god.
would not say kind of. I would say Venom,
Venom with the best cliffhanger ever. Oh my
but
god.
also the
That
most disappointing
guy.
resolution.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. And then coming up with the banger, Venom.
Uh, is Venom Let There Be Carnage the one with the song where he plays the 9/11 airplane?
Yes.
See my face, I kind of went wide at that. Like, what the fuck are you talking
He,
about?
he compares part of his life to like the trauma of 9/11 or something like
Oh,
and
what?
that.
plays the sound of an airplane crashing.
Oh,
Hmm.
It's insane.
that's that's nice. Hey, the Twin Towers was in Transformers.
Yeah, they were. That was.
It's true.
Yeah, there was an interesting shot
Yeah.
with the
I
smoke.
asked, I asked you why they were there. He had no answer.
Oh, we kind of forgot to mention exploding Scourge in the background
Oh
when
yeah.
the explosion.
Oh
What the
yeah.
fuck was that?
I was really expecting his name to show up in text on the screen, like Suicide
Suicide Squad.
Squad.
Yep.
God. Back to this
Uh,
movie.
yeah. Back to this movie.
Um, how do we want to approach this?
Uh,
Kind of just. I mean, we can just dog about it. We're already kind of talking about it, but
we can talk about it.
yeah.
Uh,
Obviously, Into the Spider-Verse was amazing, so we were all just looking forward to this on that level.
I was getting scared as we were getting closer to seeing it that it wasn't going to live up to it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm glad it did. But now I'm scared again that the next one isn't.
I think Spider-Verse is still Into the Spider-Verse is still the better movie. More concise, more clear-cut script. I think it's better. But this I like more.
It's also half of a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why this is it's hard to give it a number because like we don't know the end.
Yeah.
It
I
was
get
it was like the next part was written to be all one movie and they like split it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a weird
Yeah,
like
it is weird.
we like got tired at night and paused the movie for the next day.
Yeah.
how come Zack Snyder gets to make a foreign movie, but we don't? See, the world the world is cruel sometimes. See,
Yeah, and they could have used the to be continued as like a 4 minute break to go to the bathroom.
yeah,
Intermission.
movies should do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, they should do that.
Also, if they did that, we would not have seen this movie a week ago.
That's true.
We would be seeing it next year.
Yeah. I'm not
So do
even
you
sure
wanna
we're going
wait?
to be getting the next movie next year.
It's a lie. They're not
I
gonna
think
give it to us next year.
we might get it in the winter. I'm thinking like a
It-
short-ish
Yeah,
delay.
they might either push it to like the summer or to the winter.
That's what I'm thinking. I
I
was
mean,
like, there's no way they have enough time.
by the time we wait, we can just watch the movie again in Blu-ray.
With
I'm
how long they say
Copying
it
that.
takes, when with like how long they say it took to do some people's like styles,
Yeah.
there's no way it doesn't get
What was it? It
delayed.
took
Like,
3
They
years
said it
to
was
like
like
figure out how to animate Spider-Punk.
I
Yeah.
saw there was one of them that said it took them like 5 years to figure something out, like 4 or 5 years.
5 years for the chase,
Yeah,
something like that.
Jesus.
yeah, the chase, yeah, which is crazy.
Which fun fact
Like how
about
much work you had to put into this movie.
fun fact about the first movie, it took them an entire year to animate 10 seconds of footage that they thought was good enough.
Good enough.
And that
What
was for
would
the
that
first
be?
movie to see like if they could get the style right. That was it took them an entire year to get 10 seconds worth of usable footage that was like proof of concept.
Jeez.
And then they spent the next like 3 years animating the entire movie.
I'm sure the first movie was was a format like to help them shorten the time, but like, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot of time.
Because they spent
Yeah.
4 years working on this movie. So
Also, I'm so happy that like the production and story of this movie was like kept airtight and it wasn't completely spoiled like No Way Home and other movies.
Nothing got
I,
leaked or got spoiled about this movie.
yeah, I knew nothing going into
Not
it.
until after it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Once it
the whole
came
movie
out, the
on YouTube.
floodgates were open. But
The whole
Yeah.
fucking movies on YouTube
But,
now.
like-
Jesus.
But like with No Way Home, we knew like, oh, it's gonna have like Green Goblin and stuff like months and months
Yeah.
ahead. I knew nothing about this movie besides what they were showing.
We knew Electra was in it an entire like 2 years before it ever came out.
Yeah.
Well, this movie, I don't think it was like really building up the surprises for like
Yeah.
characters showing up. That's like I guess it had that to its favor.
Mm.
Two different beasts. Like well, No Way Home, No Way Home, we were sort of like wondering, is Toby gonna be there? Is Andrew gonna be
Yeah.
there?
Even
Because we
though we
saw
all fucking knew they were gonna be there.
yeah,
Mm.
because Lucy got killed by the Invisible Man.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
But yeah, I'm glad I knew nothing about like what was gonna happen or why certain things were happening.
yeah.
Like also you definitely can't predict the ending.
no, we cannot.
I will. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't immediately predict what that ending was going to be, but I did catch. Because I remember when we were watching for the first time, I sat next to Ernest, and Ernest didn't get that Miles was in another universe until like he talked to his mom.
Yeah.
Mm.
I knew he was in another universe because they say he's going to another universe before they ever like say it. Because they literally have a shot where it says Earth 42, like
Yeah.
that he's when after read his DNA it says
Yeah,
Earth
but
42, Earth 42.
I
Mm.
forgot that it
Yeah.
was like Earth 42.
I
I
didn't
was like,
like into the movie's credit. I knew that, and I still like almost forgot that they showed us that.
yeah.
Like I almost forgot.
I mean, they had little pieces in there too. Like, when Mouse is in the other universe's room, he
Yeah.
has a purple sweater on,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
that purple hoodie, and it's
Also,
like,
when Rio sees Mouse, he goes, "What'd you do to your hair?"
yep.
Yeah.
And he mentions the dad, and she's like,
Yeah, she goes,
Rio,
yeah,
yeah, Rio like is like yeah, reacts negatively towards that comment twice because he
yeah,
says it again,
yeah.
and he was just
That movie, that ending is like watching the movie on the second time. You see every little thing that they set up before they even start that moment.
what ending?
Yeah, it is an ending.
Um, what ending though? I don't see it. It didn't seem to end.
Mm-hmm.
There's people saying that.
I mean, it is a beginning, middle, and end. The movie does
I
have
mean,
an ending.
I I'll say it's an ending for Gwen's story.
It's the end of her arc.
Yeah,
Like that is the full,
with what was set up.
yeah,
Yeah,
with everything that was set up for her at the beginning of the movie. Which also, having seen it twice with different people, it was interesting that in both times when the intro part of the movie ends and it starts like the credits, both times I looked to my left and the person I was watching it with goes, "That was the intro." Because like when it started the credits, I looked over at Ernest and he goes, I start like kind of giggling because I'm like, "This is fucking awesome." Ernest goes, "That was the fucking intro."
yeah.
And then when I saw it a second time, I saw it with my uncle, and I looked over at him and he was like, "That was the intro."
It was a fire ass fucking intro, bro.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, I'm just gonna let's just start the nerdgasm about the music. The score is incredible.
Yes.
Like once again,
Mm.
Daniel Pemberton just knocking it out of the park with the music. Like like when it goes from like Gwen holding the watch and then just like hard cut to black and then the beginning of like the one and only Spider-Man from the first movie, like that track, it was like holy shit.
Mm.
Especially since we saw this at like the Grand Deluxe, which is just Dolby Atmos, and it sounded incredible. Um, I will say both times that I've seen it, it was hard to hear Gwen's monologue at the beginning of the movie. I don't know if you guys
Mm.
noticed. I don't know if it was like that for you guys when we saw it for the first time, but it was for
That
me.
was that was for me the second time.
That was for me
I
both
could not
times.
fucking hear her.
For
Yeah,
me, it was both times. It was harder to hear the second time.
much harder. Jesus, I could not hear her, bro.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
It was also harder to hear Hobie. when he's
Yeah,
introduced in
it was
this.
difficult sometimes for
The
him.
first
It's
time
like,
it was fine. When I saw it at the Grand Deluxe, it was fine. But when I saw it the second time at our local, it was really hard to hear him when he was
wow,
first
because he's
introduced.
British. Wow.
Partly,
That's true though. It is because he's
it is
British.
partly because he's British, but it's also partly because the sound system at our local theater is absolute shit.
Yeah.
Um, but it did. I don't know if anybody's been seeing the new version that Sony sent out to the theaters. Because they did do that. They sent out new versions of the movie with updated sound mixing.
Well,
Hmm.
games come out broken. The movies are coming out broken. No,
Uh,
these are
it's
clashing ideas.
it's
I don't know.
weird because I think it was Chris Miller said on Twitter that the reason it sounds weird is because the projectionists are not adjusting the sound to what is recommended by the filmmakers. Because every time they send out a movie to a theater chain, they send out specific notes for how like the screen needs to be calibrated and how the audio needs to be calibrated for it to like sound and look proper.
Mm.
That's why Matt Reeves, when the Batman was coming out, he recommended everybody go see it in Dolby Cinema, and that he sent out like specific instructions for the projectionists working at the Dolby Cinema. Um, it's like to properly show the film the way it was meant to look. So, um, but it is interesting that they're sending out new versions of it.
The movie needed a patch.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least they did it though. Tenet.
yeah. That's a Christopher Nolan thing. That's not ever getting fixed. Um, but for me, overall, it didn't. I didn't have any issues hearing the movie outside of like those couple of moments.
Obi was difficult sometimes.
I think it's because it's such a thick accent.
Mm. I do like that they had the subtitle definitions of the things he says
Yeah,
sometimes.
the little editor's notes. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And we
we.
advocate for movies to come with subtitles.
So AMC does that.
Really.
Yeah, there's act. What's funny is that I out of out of interest, I checked the listings for AMC, and they are showing Across the Spider Verse in subtitles, and that screening was full.
Hmm.
Wow. Listen, man, if I'm gonna see Spider-Verse again, it's gonna be Japan
Oh,
where
it's
they play the opening.
I'm gonna watch that movie again with subtitles.
Yes, that'd be nice.
Yeah, but
We see Hobie set the N word in there. Like what? What was that in there?
yeah, but man, such a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the animation is incredible.
Oh yeah, they stepped it up.
They stepped it up big time. I don't like the different styles they used. Holy shit. Um, how do you guys
Yeah.
feel about the Spot?
Oh,
Because
wait.
I wanted to see him. I wanted to see so much more of him.
No,
I
oh,
mean,
nice,
we definitely
nice segue.
will.
Nice segue.
Yeah, I know. Great segue.
uh, I want to talk a little more about animation, how they really like stepped it up and like you said, brought different styles,
Like
but
with the Spot.
like with a spot, yeah,
Uh,
and like how like the what three universes that we visited, they really
we
embraced.
saw 1610 42 Gwen's universe. We saw Moonbottom, and we saw Nueva York. That's 5.
Yeah,
And then we
yeah, how
technically saw Peter B's universe
yeah.
and Spider Punk's for like
Peter
a
Beast is
second.
basically the smile. It's just like in terms of style, I mean.
Yeah.
Like how each universe had its own style and looked very differently
Yeah,
from
yeah,
one
yeah.
another to really stand out. Like especially Gwen's.
Yeah. Gwen's
Like,
looked
ooh,
amazing. The
yeah,
pastel like mood ring look was super good.
look like a sunset.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Looked amazing.
But yeah, now we can go to the spot.
I love the Spot.
Yeah, the spot's great.
Hmm.
Spot is great.
He's sort of a tragic character, But before you realize that, you're laughing at him because yeah, he is kind of funny, ain't he?
He's silly as shit.
He's
And then
silly
he
as
starts
shit.
getting scary.
Yeah. You're not laughing no more, are you?
Yeah.
He's gonna increase your J, Spider-Man.
The moment he was like, "I'm gonna take everything from you, like you took from me," I was like, "Oh, uh-oh."
Yeah.
God.
And just look out, like, and like talking about the animation. Look how different he looked when he turned into Satan himself.
Oh yeah, like the amount of like flashing like stuff about him looked insane. Which,
Yeah.
yeah, if you are seizure prone or epileptic prone, don't go watch this movie.
How do you first movie in the first place?
The first movie wasn't as bad with this.
No, not for sure.
Yeah, so like if you have trouble with that, probably don't watch this movie.
Yeah,
It's
the editing
not it's
is
not gonna be a fun time.
yeah, the editing doesn't help with that.
No.
Not too. I'm not dissing the editing.
No, the
It's
editing's
it's
incredible.
really good,
Yeah, the
but
editing's
it
incredible.
really adds to the fact that the animation is very quick, choppy, and colorful.
And there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't even want to say almost too much. It is too much at times. Like I'm fine. Like it was I loved it, but it definitely is like too much going on at once. Like you even yourself, you say it like the movie's kind of exhausting in a way.
Mhm.
Like by the time you get like to Mumbai, which I clocked it on the second time, was like an hour and 10 minutes into the movie, and this movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah. So all that after that was really an hour.
yeah, no
Oh
shit.
my.
Like by the time they get to Nueva York, there's like another 40, 50 minutes left in the movie. Like there's still a good chunk of it. Like it's nuts how much is in this movie, and by the time you're like done with Mumbai, and like I think I looked at you and you looked fucking exhausted. It's like there's still so much more of this movie left. It was the exact opposite of what happened when we saw Black Adam. Like, because when we
Black
saw
Cato.
Black Adam, like when
Yeah.
we saw Black Adam, the movie reached like its natural conclusion point, and I looked at my watch and I was like, we have another 30 minutes left of this movie. And I think I looked at Sebastian, and told him that, and you were like dumbfounded.
I
For
think I was in the
Black
back.
Adam.
Yeah.
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 You refused to believe that there was 30 minutes left of that movie.
No, we gotta get our CGI villain and a
We need our
nameless
Sky Beam.
CGI army. Yeah,
We need our
Skybeam.
Yeah.
Oh, we were just watching. We were just talking about it. They had a Skybeam also, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, Transformers is the originator of the Sky Beam. Actually, no, that's Iron Man. Anyway, yeah, this movie kind of had that opposite effect where like you get to like the point where it's still going and you're like, I'm ready to take the rest of this, but I'm exhausted. So I can only imagine what that next movie's gonna be.
Racing.
You think it's gonna be shorter or longer?
Longer.
You think it's gonna be longer?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you want it to be longer?
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
You want a 3 hour Spider Verse movie?
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
I mean, I wanted a 4 hour No Way Home. So.
That's true. You did want a 4 hour No Way Home. You also wanted a 4 hour Batman.
I did, but I don't want it anymore.
You've learned your ways.
I've learned my lesson. With No Way Home, it was like more Spider-Man scenes with the Spider-Mans
And then
doing Spider-Man stuff.
whatever it was that you wanted a 4 hour cut of the Batman for.
Uh, I hype train. I was like, oh, this movie's so good. We should get another hour.
And then you were like, this movie's still pretty good.
This movie, yeah.
Don't want
you know what?
another hour.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as it's long already. So whatever.
It's already way too long. But yeah, this movie's so good. I'm gonna keep saying it, but it's so good.
We should emphasize on how the characters are.
Oh yeah. So I guess
Miles.
we're talking about that. Yeah, favorite character.
Oh, shit. Well, I would have said Noir, but he's not in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
So it's probably Gwen.
Fair, Sebastian.
I like Peter Parker. That's,
Peter parked car.
No, you know what? I take it back. I like Lego Spider-Man. He's one of the
I was
best.
gonna say Lego
He's
Spider-Man's
one
the
of our
second.
best. Yeah,
He's one of the best. So
he's
you
one
know,
of the best ones. Yeah.
My real answer is probably Miguel. I think he's pretty cool.
he's my new favorite character. Like my new, like out of the new cast, he's my favorite one.
Mhm.
Out of the new cast, my favorite is probably Hobie. And then
Well,
outside the full,
technically, actually, Miguel isn't new
it's
cast.
technically not new cast because he was
Oh,
in
that's
Miles
true.
Morales. Yeah.
He's so different though. Like
He's so different.
Yeah, he was so much thinner.
thinner, lighter. Yeah, like more, brighter. He's fun. I mean, oh
I
my
guess
god,
I
that
guess part of like the reason why even Oscar
Probably
Isaac said
yeah.
yes was that he wanted to play a Spider-Man that wasn't funny.
Yeah. Okay, that's really funny because Shattered Dimensions has the funniest Spider-Man, like the funniest 2099.
2099 is really funny.
He's really funny in the fucking game. He's great.
But this is a different Miguel. This is a very different 2099.
Yeah.
Mm.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Miguel O'Hara has like probably the funniest scene in like the first movie where it's like the after credits.
Yeah. Why are you pointing at me? It's rude to point.
You pointed first.
Who the heck are you? I'm Spider-Man. I need to just root the point.
I love
you
that.
you pointed first.
I love the little payoff to that bit with like the 67 Spider-Man coming in. He's like, I can do anything he can. Oh no.
Everything he can. Oh no.
I got one of the biggest laughs in our theater.
God.
I'm still not sure how I feel about Ben Reilly, even though rest in peace, my man.
He's shit.
He's
I
fucked.
can say it now. I don't like him in the movie.
I don't really like him that much either.
I don't know why they did that. It wasn't a very funny joke.
You thought it was funny when we saw it.
I was like, yeah, this movie's great. It's funny. Everything's good. I'm like, no, it's not very funny. It's actually kind of annoying.
I've got you trapped in my thinly. What is it? What did he say? I've got you trapped in my.
My web hold or some shit like that.
No, apparently there's two different versions of that line depending on where you see it. But I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's like I've got you trapped in like my thickly designed muscles.
I think when it was really getting really late is when he said, "Perfect pose."
Probably like thickly defined.
Yeah.
Or perfectly defined.
Perfect posed.
Perfect pose.
City. A disturbance
in the alley.
Let me go see it.
Why? That's not Ben Riley. Shut up. Get out of here. Oh, so he's dead. Gwen killed him.
He's dead. Gwen killed him.
Yeah.
Like, if he comes back, he better be fucked up.
I mean, my guess is that like, unless they don't confirm, unless they don't confirm it, he's dead. But what they might do is that Gwen went back into Nova York. Wait, but no, he's dead either way. No, wait. So she would have gone to his dimension to throw him in his own dimension so he doesn't die. But
well, she came from her dimension, so theoretically, she threw him into her dimension.
Well, no, my thought process was that she went somewhere else, but I don't know why she would go anywhere else.
No, I think he's just dead.
He's just dead. That's kind of a fuck up.
Yeah.
No, maybe she intended that.
And if he's not dead, he's glitching as all hell.
I don't think Glenn kills people.
Well, wait do you see the next half?
Oh man.
She pulls out a gun.
You have the right to remain
The Glock.
silent.
Her dad is a cop.
So it is kind of done. It's actually really done that she destroyed that watch. Should have kept it. Would have been useful. Who knows?
Mm.
That's a
take it to
massive.
Miles.
That is it. Yeah. Give it to Miles. That's a very valuable object to have.
Yeah. Considering he's currently glitching in the wrong world.
Yeah. She's probably like, oh
That's
shit,
true, he is glitching.
I should have had to shut the fucking watch. Oh god, I'm dumb. Oh jeez. Oh.
I did see.
I mean, I guess she could just show up, open a portal, and throw him through.
What if it's too late? What if he's like glitching through a table?
Hit the table with her.
You better watch, right?
But they brought the wristband. be
Yeah.
really funny if they had the wristband and not the watch.
Is it day pass?
The day pass, yeah. Um, yeah, I did notice some things in the second watch, like that were way more apparent. The go home Gwen scene is probably the most important scene in the entire movie. Like for like setting up the next movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you noticed in that scene when he sends Gwen home, you could kind of just see a divide between the entire Spider Society in that like one moment.
Mm.
And especially when she goes like, "We are supposed to be the good guys," and he goes, "We are," and then he goes, "We are," like he's second guessing himself, or he's trying to reaffirm himself that they are the good guys. And you can very much see the conflict. Like in that moment, Peter B's completely lost his side, but I don't think he was ever really on Miguel's side.
Well, that's not,
No. Well, he
that's
might
not
have
true.
been until Miguel was against Miles.
I mean, the fact that Peter told Miles, without Uncle Ben, none of us would be here. Like, I think he was on.
And also he saw the collapse of that other dimension that Miguel was in.
Yeah.
He saw that
So
collapse.
He's
so
evil for that.
he definitely understood.
So if
I
anything,
can
he's
imagine.
completely done by that point. Like he's no longer on Miguel's side.
Yeah.
Jessica
Wait.
Drew begins conflict in her. There's definitely the beginning of that conflict in her after that moment. And Spider Bites also switch sides at that point too.
We don't really know why. Was she?
I mean,
What?
she lets Miles go home.
She lets him go to 42.
42. She lets him go to 42.
Wait, which is kind of interesting because wouldn't Miguel also know that he went to the wrong universe?
No, because he never saw the display.
Yeah, but she
And
did.
no, she
So
didn't.
clearly he didn't.
She did
Clearly he
not.
didn't know because he sent people to Miles's actual universe.
Yeah, no. Like my thing is like Spider-Man didn't tell Miguel, interestingly enough, but
But considering she's now switched sides, she has no reason to tell Miguel.
I don't know why did she just why that's my thing.
Yeah, I don't. There's no.
What reason do we
Spider-Bite
have
is
for
a
her
character
switching
that
sides?
is an interesting character to throw in there because she's thrown in really late.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really do much outside of let Miles go to 42. So it's weird. It's interesting that she joined Gwen's side.
She kind of doomed him because he didn't have anything on him like a watch or a day pass.
No.
Which and it makes you wonder why didn't she tell Miguel that he was in the wrong universe?
Yeah. Well, because she didn't know at that point. She didn't see the display saying that he was going to 42. She was still trying to figure out what was going.
What's there? What's in the display there?
The display was way in the back. So where she goes is like the console center. You see, there's a shot of the display being somewhere else in a corner, which is when Miles starts doing the typing shit when he's invisible. Right. That is away from her. She does not see that it's Earth 42 yet. Mm-hmm. And there's no scene or shot in that particular scene where she sees that it's 42.
Lila wouldn't have known?
I guess Lila didn't know either. I mean, Lila probably would have figured it out, but who's to say Lila wouldn't tell Miguel either?
Yeah.
Or sorry, I said that wrong. Who's to say Lila would tell Miguel either?
Why wouldn't she tell Miguel?
She's kind of antagonistic to him, like jokingly, but
yeah, jokingly. But I don't think she's. I'm pretty sure she's on his side.
I would guess so, but it also did look like she was a little conflicted too in that go home scene. I think that scene is incredibly important because it's showing that there is conflict in the Spider Society now. If there wasn't before, there absolutely is now. Like everything that they've been doing this for has now been set into question. Like it's not even like what they're doing it for; it's the leadership of Miguel. Because like Gwen and Peter B are the only ones that are like, is what he's saying even true? Right? They're the only ones that are saying that. Hobie's just anti everything. So, and it makes sense for Pavitra to be on Gwen's side because his dimension, his canon was altered. So he has room to go. Like, is this even right? Like, is like what Miguel's saying even right?
Well, I thought the easier for I thought the easiest justification for that was that Miles saved the inspector, so he owes him that.
Well, I mean, yes, yeah, but there's also the fact that she's he saved the inspector, and the dimension didn't start to glitch, not because of things being changed, but because of the spot. So it's room to question, like, is what Miguel is saying even right? Which we don't know.
Yeah.
We won't know until the next movie if Miguel is just saying some bullshit. Which I guess we really want to jump right into that, or like Miguel's logic behind everything he's doing, the reason the Spider Society exists.
Well, I can justify his reason. I mean,
No,
seeing
I'm
as
not
he
saying
saw.
I'm not saying not to justify it. Like I
Oh no, no,
understand what he's doing, you know.
I'm kind of excited myself about this thing with because he saw what it can do firsthand. That changing a kind of event can fuck up your
He
universe.
also says something very important in the explanation. We're saying one thing, like one altar after another, can lead to complete destruction, right? So that begins to ask the question: what is Miguel leaving out of the story? Because he
Yeah.
does say in that explanation, like multiple, canon alterations can lead to that. So what else did he do?
Mhm.
I think that's an interesting question to ask, because I don't I don't believe him that it was just him standing in for his family. Like standing in for that version of the family's Miguel was enough to destroy canon and destroy that dimension. So I think that's a good
Also,
thing to
are
call
we
into
sure
question.
that the ripple effect in Puppeteer's universe was the spot and not the canon event being reverted?
It looked like
It,
Spot.
it they show Spot's holes.
Uh,
Yeah,
Ayo? I must have missed that scene.
he does say at multiple points that his he does say at one point that his holes aren't a curse; they are the answer.
yeah.
So,
Oh my god, that just reminded me of what Mirage said when
you've
the
been
little kid was
inside
on
me.
the yeah.
I kind of like asked
Work
because
friend, you've been inside me. It just reminded me of that.
Go ahead, Ernest.
I asked because since the other spider people are aware, like know that are confident Miguel is right, does that mean that they themselves experience kind of a ripple in their terror?
It's either did they
Something.
experience that or do they just believe Miguel's story?
Yeah. What
Now,
was spectacular going?
there's reason for Peter B to believe it because he was there,
Yeah.
right?
Because like what's spectacular going, we know it's hard, but it's the truth, Miles. Does that mean you saw something that happened between some universe
And
that
is
got
it that they
fucked up?
believing? Is it that they've seen it happen, or do they just believe Miguel because of the canon events? Because of like
Yeah.
that being continuous thing that's happened between every single one of them, right?
Mhm.
Because that's an interesting question to ask. Because then we also have to start asking the question about Miles's Earth, right? Like 1610 Miles, I should say.
Yeah.
Like the spider that bit him is revealed in this film that the spider that bit Miles came from a different dimension.
Oh shit, they teased it in the first
They
movie.
teased it in
No,
the
no,
first.
no.
No, they
Actually,
actually no, they confirm it because
they
the
alright
spider
tell
glitches.
us the
The
spider.
spider
Yeah, they
glitches.
alright tell us.
We just didn't think about it.
I thought about it. Like I mean, like not the first time around. Like afterwards, I was like, yeah, that's the spider from a different like universe.
Dimension.
They yeah they mentioned they show the spider going through the collider,
Yeah.
like in the opening
Yeah.
sequence, like like this is one more time stuff.
Yeah.
That shit. Or the Sony Pictures logo
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah.
That part. What a opposite put it.
Hey, the little things.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what they put it, and then the spider is next. It's in the subway where the collider also is. So yeah, there, yeah, adds up. They knew from the beginning what they were doing.
And then, which it's funny that you say that because they asked Lord and Miller, like, did you know what it was going to be in Across the Spider Verse before while writing into the Spider Verse? And they went, nope.
Hmm.
I said, nope.
Ooh.
So there you go. But They are good writers. Um, so it's interesting to point out that because Miles was bitten by a different spider, right, from a different dimension. That is a canon altering event. But is it really? Because he was still bitten by a spider and still became Spider-Man and still went through the Uncle Ben process. So why hasn't either Earth 42's dimension collapsed or Earth 1610?
Yeah.
Or at the very least, why isn't it glitching?
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing to come into question of like, what is Miguel leaving out, or is he even right?
Yes.
Which I'm sure the next movie is gonna like really explore
That,
that. And
that was
answer
one of my
those
things.
questions.
Like, I was one of my wondering, like, is this a plot issue or is this like purposeful?
Something they're leaving
Yeah.
questions, and I think I think I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's them leaving questions. That's why
Yeah.
that's why I'm like having trouble criticizing this one because we don't know everything, and so I'm
Yeah.
going like, is this an actual problem, or is this we literally don't have the whole story yet?
Also, the thing with like Miles being an anomaly, but him himself having canon events because we
Yeah,
see him in the
and
projector
also
with
them saying that
holding
he's
Uncle Aaron.
also Miguel saying he's the original anomaly.
Yeah.
Is like an interesting thing for Miguel to say.
Him being an anomaly, but also like canon events, like applying to him.
Yeah.
That's like interesting. Mm-hmm.
And also, Gwen altered canon.
Yeah.
And nothing seems to happen. Granted, I think it's a little premature for her to kind of jump to the conclusion, considering presumably Captain Stacy only quit. He says, "I quit halfway through your little speech there."
Seems like it wasn't Gwen altering, it was the captain himself altering it not on purpose.
And in a way, she also altered it too because she revealed her identity to him.
Yeah.
Which,
but when we really think about it, it's also Miguel who altered it because he showed up. We can go far back with this shit.
Yeah. But the real problem was the Vulture being there.
Yeah, it's actually Vulture.
Yeah.
When you really think about it.
Yeah. It's such good like questions to like such good stuff to leave us pondering about for the next one.
Yeah.
But man, that Earth 42 Miles shit was like the ultimate like fucking like,
Lots of a century.
Yeah. The plot twist. God. What do you think they're gonna do with that, Miles? Because like obviously he's gonna be a big part of the next movie. I don't think there's any way they reveal him to like have him kind of serve not much of a purpose in the next one.
Seems like he's gonna play like a big. For me, I think he's gonna play a big thing in the first act, with probably Miles having to fight him. Uncle Aaron. I have the theory that Uncle Aaron killed Davis. That's my theory. I think if they do that, it's gonna play very big into the movie. Just so many things they could do.
We can actually, because I think I said this to you on the car ride back, but like, how much would it suck if we go through all of this for Jeff to still die in the end?
Yeah, that'd be
like a real like kick in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they're going to circumvent that. I don't know if they're even going to change anything with that. Because they could kill Rio.
What if fucking Miles dies?
They did say Beyond the Spider-Verse is the end of Miles' story. They did outright say that.
Oh.
Yeah, they outright confirmed that.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, shit.
Food for thought.
Food for thought. I would say, if anything, there's a decent chance that Earth 42 Miles might die.
Probably.
There's a decent chance of that. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like I mentioned before. I something with this for 42. I wonder if the Peter Parker of that will is still alive.
question.
Yeah, if he's still there, what's he doing? How is he? Is he alive? He dead? Are they gonna are they gonna like do a thing where the spider bites him?
That'd be stupid.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, there's a lot of shit to ponder for the next year,
Yeah, for sure.
man. Um, I will say, you know what? No, fuck that. I was gonna say this movie might be too long. It's not too long. It's actually
No.
fits really well, especially like watching it the second time. The pacing went by so quickly. I was like, when it ended, I was like, holy shit, that was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like that went by.
It was a quick movie.
Also, I'm kind of happy there was no end credit scene. I don't know why. Like it's something that was like kind of nice.
I would have liked like a funny thing like from Spider-Verse, the first movie.
Welcome back, Sebastian.
They said that they had one, but they didn't want to mess with the to be continued.
Yeah, they did say that they had one. Yeah, it was
No, but you
Spot.
know
It
what?
was Spot going
I
into a villain bar and then beating up all the villains.
gross, disgusting.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. This is gay. But I was gonna say I kind
I'm
of
not beating
respect.
him up, but
Oh,
I think it
just
was just like showing that what he'd done.
that's really silly though. I'm glad it took
You
it
can
out.
actually see a little bit of it in Miguel's monitor.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, I respect that they didn't like intrude with their ending, but after credit scene. As much as I might have wanted it, I'm glad they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, movie couldn't have fucking done that. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. After Strange screams into the air because an eye popped out of his head. After he's walking by the street, la 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 la, and then Charlize Theron pops up like, "Hey,
Uh,
we gotta go do stuff." And he's like, "Yeah, sure." Their eye pops out.
Um, yeah. What? I mean, yeah, yeah. I guess that makes sense, but I'm okay with it just not having one. It's been a little
Yeah,
do you
while
think
since.
Beyond will?
Oh yeah,
sure.
Beyond will absolutely have one.
Give it a little funny
Yeah,
one, or maybe a tease for someone else.
yeah. Because I think they are possibly working on a Gwen Stacy movie, like animated
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy
Hmm.
movie. I'm chill with that if they want to do that. That's
Hmm.
cool. I'll take it. Um,
But it's like a Spider Verse when movie
yeah,
or
Spider Verse
just
Gwen movie.
when? All right, I approve.
Yeah. I know that we're also like thinking of doing. There's Amy Pascal says they're going to do live action Miles Morales, and I'm like, okay, sure, Amy, whatever you say. But yeah, I don't know what the future holds for these movies, but I'm very excited for the next one.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. Anything else to add? There's a lot of movie
Uh,
here.
well, I guess I can go over some issues that I have with the movie. Why not? Uh, Jessica Drew is kind of just there. She's a bit too bland for my taste.
They don't really give her any character.
Yeah.
Now, she's probably going to be a big part of the next movie.
Hmm.
I think they're absolutely going to make her a big part of the next movie based on what they set out for her here.
I think she'll kind of be able to influence Miguel the most.
Yeah.
But one of the things I wonder with her, did they have to make her pregnant for the movie?
Maybe she gives birth in the third act of the next one.
That's what I said for the third movie. That's a possibility, but I don't think they'll do that. But like, they're like, what? Did you have to make her pregnant?
Spot uses one of his holes to take the baby out of her stomach.
Oh God,
That
Jesus.
actually might be too dark.
But like, even looking at it now, I'm like, I can't help but think Jessica's kind of a shitty mom for like putting her baby in danger while being pregnant.
Look
Peter
at
B.
the
And
top
like,
Parker's
right of
also a
his
shit
stream.
dad.
huh?
Yeah.
Peter B. Parker's also a shit dad then.
Great, yeah, but we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about Jessica. We can get to Peter B later when what he's dumb. But like, I try to justify
He's
it
the
back
fun
then.
dad.
I try to justify it back then with the whole motorcycle thing because that they heavy work for her being pregnant or not. But then they're like, no, no, it's still dumb. You didn't have to make her pregnant. You didn't have to be pregnant for the fucking movie, and the fact that she's doing all of this. with like while being pregnant is like, she's kind of shit. I don't like her for that. Also, they asked the actress a question on why she never wore a mask, and she said that because Jessica has nothing to lose in her universe, and I'm there like, what about your baby? What about your husband? Everything else in your life? What are you talking about? Some odd choices with her, but yeah, dumb. Didn't have to make her pregnant. Oh, but Peter B though, yeah. So at first, him just showing up with the baby in the base is fine. He's just there to chill out. He didn't know there was gonna be a giant chase happening, and I guess with the chase I can justify it because he's holding on to her. He's fine. There's a chase. He's keeping her safe. But then there's the ending where Gwen shows up. He says to little Mayday, "Don't tell your mom." Even though Mary Jane is right around the room, you could just walk over to her. Hey, Mary Jane, here, take our little child, sweet, innocent little baby girl. Kisses, kisses. Drop her there, and he can go do
He's
stuff.
the fun dad.
Shut up. So dumb. He's like putting his baby in danger. Like really.
It's a
It's a
super
mission.
baby though.
So?
And Spider-Man always gets up.
It's a baby.
Baby always gets up.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's if the baby falls on her head, she ain't getting back up. She's gonna roll down the hill and get crushed by cars. And as much as I like seeing Mayday, he's a fun little baby character. She also took a crap on the establishment. Salute you. Yeah, she's a fun time. I like seeing her, but like, oh no, that's bad, Peter. You shouldn't do that. That's really dumb of you to do. You're putting your baby in danger. Yeah, no, that was dumb that they did that. Small thing. In the opening of the movie, they said that Aunt May moved to Florida. So, is there just a shed in the back of the house where anyone can just go in by accident? Full of Spider-Man tools and
I
gadgets
thought
and
they
shit like
needed
that.
something for it.
She did have a special
they-
key for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they have a shed that they can't use, like the owners, the next owners of the house.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah. All right. So this movie gives us some confirmation that the MCU does exist, right? Like they're connected in some way. Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly say that.
Well, all right. Well, Miguel mentioned Earth 1999, whatever. How many numbers he was talking about?
I don't know if that's fully true because I think at
Reference,
some point they say MCU is 616.
but that's not true. It's a lie.
I'm not sure where they say it's 616. I know it's not far from home. But
Doctor Strange says that.
No, 616 is Peter B. Parker.
Yeah, you're right there, Sebastian. You're right.
And it's 199999 for MCU.
Yeah. The MCU and Spider-Verse do not care about
It's-
each other,
it
but
is not confirmed because Marvel's still saying that the MCU is 616.
But
And
we all
Spider-Verse
know.
is saying 1999.
right. But like they we know what they're talking about. They're talking about the No Way Home events where Doctor Strange. They said Doctor Strange out loud. They also said the nerd, Tom Holland, Spider-Man. There's
Mhm.
that, and there's the Prowler, the live-action poet that we saw, who is confirmed to be MCU Prowler.
Is he?
Yeah, if you look it up, they said that. I mean, who else is he gonna be? Some other one.
It just says Aaron Davis / Prowler.
I saw it. I saw it on IMDb that it said it was MCU Prowler. But you know what? Other references is that the fact that they show Andrew Spider-Man and Tobey Spider-Man, which are basically part of the MCU now because of No Way Home.
Not really, because they are in other universes.
Really?
Yeah.
So the Toby Spider-Man that we saw with all his villains coming back, that wasn't him. That was just a slightly altered version of that one. Just slightly.
What?
What?
What are you talking about? I'm
I'm
saying.
talking about the Toby. I'm talking about the Toby No Way Home. What you said that they're altered versions. They're not the same stuff
No, I
as
said they
like the
come from
movies.
another universe.
Uh-huh.
Because they come from another universe.
Yeah, yeah, but they went to the MCU.
That doesn't mean they're MCU. Because they
But
come
it means
from other movies.
it means there's a connection between them. Yeah.
I guess just from the fact that they were there, but that doesn't.
Yeah. Especially since they showed in Across the Spider-Verse that they showed those scenes in there where they're dying. And that is them in No Way Home, which will also mean that there is a connection.
In 12 days, Across the Spider-Verse surpassed the first film's entire box office.
Surprised they didn't do that faster.
Yeah.
It only made 384 million in total.
Yeah, the first movie didn't make that much. It made
That's
enough that
criminal.
it made it. Well, it also came out in the most packed December of 2018.
I guarantee it was still the best movie though.
Yeah.
I'm glad they still decided to make the sequel.
Well, it was the first movie cost 90 million. It was cheap relatively for an animated
Uh,
film. So
well, still glad they made a sequel.
So as I was, yeah, I was like saying that they were like basically connected with each other. So it makes me wonder. I don't think I'm sure they didn't think about this when they said let's make a connection between the MCU and Spider-Verse. The thing is, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness confirms the concept of incursions, where if you stay in one universe for too long, the universe just fucking collapses. And then we're here. I'm like, wouldn't the same thing doesn't happen in Spider Verse? Why isn't Doctor Strange glitching out terribly? Where are the incursions for across the Spider Verse?
I think you are looking into it a little too deeply, and this movie's not going to. The next movie, as well as this one, or more the next one, is not going to acknowledge the MCU at all,
Yeah,
as they
I
shouldn't.
I know that's what I'm saying, but like this movie does like give the inclination that there is a connection between them.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. I, the thing is, the filmmakers of this movie didn't acknowledge that. They like didn't really care what Doctor Strange did. Doctor Strange certainly doesn't care what Spider Verse was gonna do. But like, if you like do acknowledge the fact that they are connected, you kind of bring up that issue where wouldn't the same rules apply to each of them? What if they wanted it or not?
Well, this movie was written years ago. Did they actually know what
No,
Loki and the
that's
Multiverse of Madness
I
were
know
gonna
that
do?
that's what that's that, that yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't really know, but at the same time, they decided to make a connection between them without really knowing. Yeah, the filmmakers didn't really know about it, but at the same time, it's like you yourself made decided to make that connection. You decided to reference No Way Home. Something's happening here.
Well,
Yeah, that's my tangent about multiverse bullshit.
um,
Uh,
anything else?
oh yeah, I was mentioning that the back before we started streaming, I was talking about how Hobie is like really against everything that Miguel does, but Miguel decided to put him in still in his team. Bit odd, because I imagine Miguel wouldn't want to bring in Spider-Mans that don't agree with him. sort of defeats the whole purpose of it. And then it makes you wonder, why did he bring Hobie
Even
in?
if Miguel said no, Hobie would have went in just because of that.
With what watch?
Good question.
Yeah. Also, Hobie can just make his own watch. I can buy it. I think I can probably buy it. But then it's like Hobie made his own custom watch to give to Gwen. Did he have a watch himself to go back? Because he destroyed his
He went
before.
in the
No,
portal right as he was throwing it off.
yeah, exactly. He took off his own watch, so he didn't have a watch by that point. So in his own universe, he would have made the watch his own watch in his own universe.
Mm-hmm.
So and then he brought it over to Gwen, giving her dad the watch. But then how did he get back to his own universe?
Maybe he's really smart, and he was the one who invented them.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Uh, so yeah, do you have an extra watch that he like went back to get in the base because I guess they just have him laying around?
I'd
Or
imagine they'd have backups.
yeah, but like just laying around. There's just there where you can just pick him up. Like yeah, oh, it's mine now. Anyone can pick him up.
I mean, I'm
What if
sure if he
this is-
wanted to get
what if
something, he could
he
take it.
threw
being
it out?
him.
He didn't destroy it.
Yeah, he threw it out.
So what if he went back to that exact moment, that exact place, and grabbed it?
Yeah, he could have done that, but like there were other spider people there.
What if he went during the train heist, the train chase? Because remember,
Ah.
Miles did lead pretty much everyone outside of Spider-Bite out of
Oh,
there.
so Hobie just knew that they were gonna like run away, and he's just like, oh, let me peek my head through. Oh, there it is. Boom. He just knew they were all gonna.
Shit,
He
maybe.
just knew
Bro
the right
Bro
moment.
seems to know things.
He does seem to know things.
How did he know about the palms?
I guess his own logic between them. Like I guess he's well. I don't think he has Venom powers,
No.
but I'm guessing he's. I guess the concept of palms is applicable to other things. That's my
Well,
guess.
he was letting energy out of his body, so he's probably just saying more surface area.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guitar of his that's like powers, I guess.
That's true.
Uh, no, that was kind of a pet peeve of mine. Oh yeah, I don't buy that Miles can get away from thousands of spider people. It's a cool scene, really cool scene.
He said
I
hundreds.
just hundreds.
He said hundreds.
Oh, it was an exaggeration, but yeah, like that's a lot of people still. I just don't buy that he can get away from all of them, especially in like where we saw it. I wish we saw him use like more Venom capabilities, like to evade all the spider people. I guess I would have bought it a little more, but he was mainly just running, swinging, and just yeah, got away from all of them. I don't buy it. Um, let's see. I am running out of things to complain about. Movie's really good. Yeah.
Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
I think I'm fresh cut right now. I don't got anything in my mind.
Sebastian, anything?
I like the movie.
Well, honestly, I don't think that's such a bad place to end on. So I'm kind of out of things to say too.
Wow, I think you love the movie. It's crazy.
I do.
You should give it 3 more hours of uh, uh, sliving all over it. Yeah, you should.
What he said.
Yeah, you should have 3 more hours of you talking and praising the movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
No.
Oh. Oh, well, oh, wait. We're talking about this too. Miles Morales Spider-Man for the PlayStation game is around, but I guess he's not there in the place.
Guess not.
Yeah, it's weird. Miles is the OG anomaly. When did Spider-Verse come out? December, right?
December 2018.
Oh, okay.
And they were definitely making it before that game got made.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So would that mean that the Miles from that universe, the Sonic universe, is not an anomaly? Is that what that means?
I don't know.
If
I
if
do
that's what
think
that
we'll see him in the next movie
if
because they've
that's what
had
that
time
means,
to put him in.
so maybe he will be in the Spider Society. Maybe not because he would disagree, but at the same time, he would also disagree with Peter. Is any of this canon to the actual game? Probably not, but when you really think about it, it was a pretty cool Easter egg.
It'd be some crazy shit if we get to like Spider-Man 2 and you get to like the end of the game. There's a post-credit scene with fucking like Spider-Verse
Miguel.
animation and Miguel. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah. I want to know more about Mysterio, bro.
Miss Stereo, yeah. What about
Yeah,
Miss
she's got
Stereo?
no, not don't care about Mysterio. I'm talking about Mysterio, bro. She. uh, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I know Sebastian said he wouldn't really rate it because he wants to wait for the next movie, but where are you kind of leaning?
I'm leaning. I'm leaning at an 8, but subjectively 11 out of 10. I love the movie a lot. I like it a lot, a whole lot. Left me speechless twice,
This is the truth,
but
can confirm.
yeah, giving it 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 10 because
I mean 10 out of 1.
no, no, no.
Ah,
That,
there you go.
that looks terrible. Oh my god. But yeah, no, I really like the movie. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Good movie.
Favorite movie of the year so far. And it's not even
Uh,
close.
yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Sebastian, just give it a feely rating. How do you feel about it?
If the second half is the same quality, it's a 10.
fair.
Fair enough.
Well, I would say that about does it, huh?
Yeah, we talked about a bad movie and then a good movie. I feel happy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unlike the double feature of Newark and Venom, where they were both bad.
Yeah.
This was nice.